So this Raw starts with Chris Jericho and the highlight reel, perhaps the final highlight reel on Monday Night Raw, because of course Jericho has a United States Championship title opportunity to go against Kevin Owens at Payback for United States Championship, and if he wins that, he goes to SmackDown Live. Okay. I can understand that they're trying to push that, but I just don't see Jericho winning that to this point. He could. They could throw that monkey wrench. They could throw that swerve in. They could just say, all right, have him have the United States Championship, and then AJ versus Jericho 5, because we never seen that tiebreaker match. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, WWE has thrown some swerves at us before, but he comes out in the highlight reel, and his guest is himself. Yes, he's tried this before, and it's like, okay, yeah, he was a heel while he was doing it, but yeah, since he wanted to give himself a proper send-off of Raw. But then, but I mean, okay, before that, he basically called Kevin Owens the hemorrhoids of America. Instead of the face of America, he's like, have you seen that face? And then The Miz comes out. And he says that Raw is no longer Jericho ever since the It couple arrived. And Jericho was like, you better watch It couple. Yeah, I wish he would have put an SH in front of that. But anyway, The Miz basically cancels the highlight reel. Out with the old, in with the new, and Miz TV. So you have all these motherfuckers in the ring and stuff like that and setting up Miz TV. And once The Miz gets started with his fucking introduction, Dean Ambrose comes out. Dean Ambrose storms the ring, and he's like, look, no one wants to see Miz TV, so he cancels that. And then guess what? Ambrose Asylum. So all the guys, again, you know, they basically replaced the whole Miz TV stuff and put the Ambrose Asylum stuff in. And he's like, look, I have a present for Chris Jericho here. And he gives him this box. And it's a jacket with Christmas lights on it. Now, the thing about it was, of course, we all knew that they had history. We all knew that Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose had history, and Jericho was like, you still owe me $15,000, you know, for that jacket. And, of course, I like that. I like the history thing because WWE has a habit of making us feel like we're stupid, or we don't remember shit, or we're like, okay, how could they stay in the same ring at the same time? A few months ago, they were trying to tear each other apart, and then it became personal and stuff like that. But this was still a little bit anticlimactic. So he gives him the jacket with Christmas lights on it, and Jericho's like, I like it. And, yeah, try it on, man, yeah. And The Miz basically is like, no, that thing is hideous, and no, and he's basically like, all right, see, this is the reason why you are, yeah, I mean, look, that jacket is a joke, just like you are, Dean Ambrose, and just like the Intercontinental Championship is, and he calls him a slacker. The Miz calls somebody else a slacker, especially someone like Dean Ambrose that can get in the ring against anyone and still be a credible threat, regardless. And The Miz is like, I should be the one getting gifts. So, Dean Ambrose is like, I got a gift for you. Dirty deeds. And then he just leaves. Jericho gets on the mic and he's like, Maurice, you know what happens when you're married to people like The Miz? You know what happens when you're married to that stupid idiot? Maurice, you just make the list. And that was your opening segment. I mean, it was like, okay, fine. I'm not real pissed about that. I'm just not. But I hope that Jericho, yeah, since this could be his final night on Raw, yeah. Because we know he's leaving. We know he's going to do a tour with Fozzy. And whether he comes back on Raw or SmackDown, it just depends on what happens at Payback. So, you get Matt Hardy versus Sheamus. And there are handshakes, and it's like, okay, all right, is this mind games or what? They replay all the handshakes and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, the match was pretty average at best. And you had, okay, at the end of the match, you have them all outside of the ring. Now, Sheamus goes for Matt Hardy and pushes Jeff out of the way so he could get Matt and put him back in the ring. And Sheamus gets back in the ring. Now, Jeff Hardy jumps on the apron and Cesaro's like, what the hell? You know, that distraction causes for Matt Hardy to freaking win the match. And after that, Cesaro is pissed. I mean, he's pissed off that Sheamus lost in the manner and the fashion that he did. So, okay. It looks like that things are about to explode here, but Sheamus is the one that comes in and calms everybody down and extends his hand. It's like, wait a minute, Sheamus did that? That's so out of character, so to speak. But it could be more mind games. It could be because of the tag team title match that they got coming. So I'm gonna see and wait and see where this goes. I'm just gonna, you know, maybe the Hardys will lose, or I don't know. That maybe there'll be transitional champions. It's not like they haven't been before, but anyway. The Miz goes backstage in a Kurt Angle and he bitches and complains about pretty much everything. I've been waiting outside for 2 minutes. Like Kurt Angle was supposed to put you on a pedestal and put you as some type of person that can get it done in the ring, because you're not. I mean, and Kurt Angle basically points it out that, look, you got a problem, we settle things in the ring. So it's going to be Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose against you and a partner of your choosing. If you don't have a partner, it'll be a handicap match. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah. The Miz storms off and it's like, Jack Gallagher and Austin Aries versus TJ Perkins and Neville. Now, I understand that they got TJ Perkins as, you know, a tweener or as a heel now, but I just want to see him cross Brian Kendrick now in this situation to see what happens. So, it was a standard, you know, tag team match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that great. Austin and freaking Jack actually win the match, and it's like, alright, I understand this is momentum going into Payback, but at the same time, it's like, there's not real much to the cruiserweight division at this point. Even though Neville is a champion, and he's the champion that needs to be in that division, I mean, damn, he's the heel that can get it done in the ring, and hell, Neville is one of the best heels right now to get it done in the ring and to fucking be a threat and to run people down on the microphone. That's the circle that you need as a heel. So, now, Kalisto versus Braun Strowman in a dumpster match. Yeah. Okay. Kurt Angle tries to change the mind of Kalisto because of what happened last week. Braun Strowman dragged him and then put him in some garbage, and Kalisto's like, no, he put me in garbage. Put me in trash. And basically, he's going to fight for his pride. And he's like, I'm a human being. I'm not garbage. So, he goes out there, and he fends off Braun Strowman as much as he could. Now, Braun Strowman was basically like, Kalisto is garbage just like all of you, and especially like Roman Reigns. But, look, Strowman could have ended this in a minute or so, and he chose not to. He just wanted to punish Kalisto. And he paid the price by losing the match. He lost the match. He got tripped up and feet first into the dumpster. Strowman is pissed after that and basically goes after Kalisto and kept one hand choke slamming him. Goes out and puts him in the fucking dumpster, pushes it up the ramp, and we are like, we know where this is going. He actually locks it shut, and we're like, okay, we know this is going. This dragged on too long. Why is this dragging on too long? What? Did you think that he was actually going to walk away and leave this thing on the ramp? No. He actually faked out doing that, but again, we knew that he was going to channel this motherfucker off the fucking stage, which he does. and everybody is in awe and shock and surprised. So after that, why the fuck is there a special look at Roman Reigns, a montage and stuff like that? No. Just no. Bray Wyatt appears on the Titantron screen, and he's like, yeah, he won't let it go. But this is, okay, I'm going to address this right now. And I will address this on my SmackDown Live review report as well. At Payback, the WWE Championship will not be on the line when Randy Orton faces Bray Wyatt. And that upsets me because it doesn't make any sense. This is a return match and this is Payback and it's not for a championship. What, they don't want to jeopardize the WWE Championship going to Raw? I understand that this may mean that Bray Wyatt can win the match. But at the same time, okay, so Kevin Owens is still owed a Universal Championship match and he's not going to get it. And Bray Wyatt is still owed a WWE Championship match and he's never going to get it. So it's like, man, that's just... AJ Styles is still owed a WWE Championship match, one-on-one, and he's not getting it. So, WWE is like, yeah, forget, motherfucker, forget, delete. And I'm not deleting that. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. I thought it was for the WWE Championship, yet, I don't know. It just upsets me that Bray Wyatt was basically a transitional champion and he's not even gonna get his fucking rematch for it. Come on, that blows. That the title is not on the line. It just at least have the title on the line. Come on, how difficult is that? Well, Bray Wyatt is gonna win the match, so I mean, okay, so you're gonna send your WWE champion packing back to SmackDown with no win, and he's gonna face Jinder Mahal. And they're trying to make Jinder Mahal like he has a chance. No, I don't get it. So, speaking of things I don't get, you get Dana Brooke versus Alicia Fox. Look, no one cared about this fucking match, and it was barely a fucking match. Dana Brooke actually wins, and everybody's like, no one cares. Because Dana Brooke is basically at the bottom of the fucking barrel. This is... I mean, Alicia Fox is now below her because Dana Brooke at least beat her. It's like, So Emma comes out, Emma Ryder, and she basically gets in the ring after the match and gives fucking Dana Brooke a hug and leaves, and Dana's looking confused, and we're like, nobody cares about this motherfucking conflict or feud or confrontation or whatever. We don't care. You gotta make it more personal, and you gotta do something to make us care about this, because again, who gives a fuck about Dana Brooke? Who gives a fuck about Alicia Fox? A show of hands, please. Anyway, you got Joe Anderson and Gallows that has an interview backstage. And basically, alright, looks like, okay, look, Joe, they knew each other for years. And they even did the whole club thing, which was kind of, okay, symbolic. But they're saying that, you know, the game plan is to go in and destroy. And that's what they do with Enzo during the entrance. Enzo and Cass was doing their entrance, and because it was supposed to be Enzo and Cass and Seth Rollins versus Anderson, Gallows, and Joe. But they attacked Enzo before that shit began. They attacked Enzo and Cass, but they basically took out Enzo with the Magic Killer outside the ring. Damn. So Enzo, I mean, all this shit that's been happening to Enzo, I mean, I guess Vince doesn't really like him, or backstage they don't like him, or something like that, to just totally eliminate him off of shows and put him in ridiculous situations and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just really, that's just messed up. So Enzo is out, but there's still going to be a 6-man tag. Enzo's replacement, Finn Balor. So it'll be Cass, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins versus Joe, Anderson, and Gallows, which the faces win. And it's like, okay, Finn Balor replaces, and he goes against Anderson and Gallows, which were the Balor Club back then. Anyway, it's just, yeah. Alexa Bliss. She says she's coming to Raw. Look, people come to Raw and they talk and they talk and they talk about their dreams and they want to be a champion, but she's there, you know, to win. And she says she's there to win. And she basically gets on the microphone and she runs down Bayley's like, okay, yeah, it's going to be in Bayley's hometown and everything. Bayley does come out and address this. And Alexa's like, oh, so I get to beat you in your hometown. So I get to beat you in front of your dad. She asked her question, have you ever kissed a boy? And I'm like, why? Why would the fuck you go there? We don't care about that. You know, WWE, as far as their writing and their storylines and so on and so forth, are getting as bad as Katie Vick. I never thought that anything will get to the point where it's starting to get that bad, but it looks like it's speeding towards that when it comes to fucking storylines. This is ridiculous. Have you ever kissed a boy? What the fuck, man? We don't... Anyway, Sasha Banks comes out and she's basically like, Bayley will show you up at Payback, but what about tonight? Alexa tries to leave, but to no avail. No. Sasha basically attacks, and okay, yeah, we have a match. Sasha versus Alexa, which Sasha wins by countout because Alexa just goes away. And she's like, no, I'm retreating because I have a title match, and yeah, I'm the #1 contender, and I'm like, okay, fine, play that whole heel game, but that's basically similar to what The Miz does. But anyway, once she gets to the top of the ramp, Bayley grabs her and tries to throw her back in the ring, but she ends up getting away. And it's like, she ends up getting away? What? You're the women's champion and you couldn't hold this little girl? By the way, Bayley turns her fucking back and the little girl comes back out and bam, and knocks her and then runs away again. So Sasha couldn't catch her. And I'm like, wow, you're kidding me, right? I don't know. This is... Anyway. So, you got Ambrose and Jericho in the back, and they have their little conversation about, you know, still owing $15,000. And yes, he likes the jacket, but, you know, and Ambrose is like, take me off the list. And Jericho is like, no one gets taken off the list. But he actually convinces Jericho, hey, you know what happens when you give Chris Jericho a jacket? You know what happens? Yeah. Dean Ambrose, you just unmake the list. Okay. He unmakes the list, and then he actually starts pounding on Chris Jericho when he's talking about past WWE shows and what they're going to do to The Miz and whoever his partner is, and he makes the list again. So, The Miz is still looking for a partner, and he's sitting, and look, the Marine 5, come on. Oh, God. No. Just no. The Marine 5. Anyway, looking for a partner, he gets an envelope, you know, in the paper talking about, yeah, we have a partner now, after asking Heath Slater and Curtis Axel to be his partner. And Maurice basically backhands Crackers and Rhino. They should have got gored right there. That's Rhino's, you know what, anyway. So, you got Apollo Crews versus Kurt Hawkins, and I'm like, fuck, man. We don't take any of these dudes seriously. Apollo Crews wins. Titus O'Neil comes out, celebrates with him, does a little selfie. Apollo Crews is looking confused. Man, oh, God. So, backstage, you got The Miz, you know, going to the ring with his, you know, his wife, and Kurt Angle's like, yeah, good luck. You're going to need it. No, I won't. Yes, you will. No, I won't. Yes, you will. The main event of the night. Jericho and Ambrose versus Miz and his partner. No partner shows up. Miz is like, okay, yeah, cancel the match. I thought my partner was going to be here and stuff like that. So he leaves. He tries to leave. Dun, 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 dun. Angle is like, look, either you're going to be in a tag team match or a handicap match. So this is on. Get back in there. So basically, The Miz gets his ass kicked in a handicap match. And even though The Miz tries to cower away and run away and stuff like that, I don't fault The Miz for that here. This was a handicap match, okay? And he tried to do what he had to do in order, okay. And see, this is what heels do. The only fault that I have is that he ran behind his wife. But other than that, I can understand because, again, this is a handicap match. And he basically got his ass whooped. Yes, he stole Daniel Bryan's moves all through the match, but he got his ass whooped, okay? And like I say, I have no fault with that since it was a 2-on-1 situation, okay? And The Miz can barely handle a 1-on-1 situation, so what else is he going to do? He wasn't going to stay and fight all the way. Yeah, he was going to try to run. So he does try to run after, you know, everything gets so heated. So they end up on the announcer's table on the fucking top of the ramp, the Raw announce table. And then Bray Wyatt. Looks like Dean Ambrose was about to give him dirty deeds, but to no avail. Bray Wyatt shows up and starts beating up Dean Ambrose and gives him a Sister Abigail on the Raw fucking set. Miz looks scared as fuck when Bray Wyatt was there. And he's like, go to the ring. He basically orders Miz around. So, they attack Chris Jericho and Sister Abigail to Jericho. Bray Wyatt's like, yeah. But then, The Miz tries to celebrate with him. And Bray Wyatt is like, the fuck are you doing? And Sister Abigail The Miz follow the buzzards. So, that's the show. And I'm like, are we supposed to take Bray Wyatt seriously? He's not even getting his fucking rematch for his title. For the WWE Championship. And I'm just like, oh, God. I don't know. That was Jericho's final appearance on Raw, a Sister Abigail? Okay, you know what? Yeah. What did you think about the show? Was it a thumbs up, thumbs down? What about my opinions? And they are just that, opinions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would like to hear what your thoughts are. I'm always open for a debate about wrestling. Click that like button. Click subscribe. I'm always here. You know, oh God. Raw, please. You got 3 hours. 3 fucking hours to make some good shit. And you barely get it done weekly. Drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers over top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme. And I'll see you later. Credits.